Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update. Happy monsoon season.
Yes.
Got a beautiful rain last night and I slept through every drop of it.
Yeah, we didn't hear it at all. I woke up around 3 and I was like, wait a minute, the window's wet.
Went out to water the garden.
My hair noticed. All this humidity.
Looks great. I went out to water the garden. Everything was soaking wet.
Yeah.
So I checked that off my list.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 86.
Oh, 86. Yeah, we are past the 85 mark.
Okay.
So,
Trucking on to
we
100,
are 130 subscribers. We're at about
We're
131.
over 130.
Yep,
All right.
yep, this week. So that's good. Just so you know, the more subscribers that we don't get anything necessarily. We're just helping more people. And so the more you like and subscribe and comment, it helps the algorithms with YouTube get it out to more people, more viewers. So helps people get educated on the market.
We do get something out of it. We grow our business.
Yes.
But I like to think we're also providing a service.
Right. Nothing directly monetary, I guess.
It's a win-win. Well, I know what you meant. I was just giving you a hard time.
Fantastic.
All right. So this week we're going to kind of just blow through some news. It is a big week in the economy. All of the big hitters, the Apples, the Googles, Alphabet, whatever they're called now. Walmart is already reported. All of the heavy hitters are putting out their financials for the quarter. There's also a Fed meeting tomorrow. They're expecting to raise the rate by at least 3/4 of a point. We'll see if it's not a point. A number of major indicators are coming out, and those are kind of going to decide whether we can officially say we are heading towards recession or not.
Okay.
So anyway, exciting week in the economy and finance fronts. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
You got a joke for us?
Well, I was just thinking the other day, bragging about a 25% decrease in gas.
You're the worst joke teller in the world.
I know.
But I'm going to keep making you do it every week.
It's like Hannibal Lecter cutting off your arm and handing you back a finger. So Robert took me on a date one time for Valentine's Day to see Silence of the Lambs. That was our romantic dinner.
I wanted you to know what you were signing up for.
Oh my goodness. What about you?
It wasn't going to be all romantic comedies. All right.
Goodness, what joke do you have to share?
Currently, the most expensive vehicle to operate is a Costco shopping cart.
I thought you were going to say something about an electric vehicle.
No,
people
that
pick on
Costco shopping cart, man, that one, whew, you can spend $200 going down one aisle pretty easy.
Oh boy, well it's funny that we both had something to do with finances on our list.
All right, a little bit of history for this week. Quickly, 2005 on July 29th, scientists discover a dwarf planet, Xena, orbiting the sun.
Xena, yeah.
Yeah. 2003 on July 30th, the last old-style Volkswagen Bug rolls off an assembly line. I knew you were going to punch me. I knew it. No slug
We
back.
play that game. Do you guys play that game? We play that game.
I get punched
I think
a lot.
a little bit of couple hostility is, managed with that game.
Okay. All right. Louise Joy Brown, the first test tube baby, is born July 25th in England.
Yes, she was.
And she is still in Bristol, England, very healthy, married. She has 2 kids. She's very a strong proponent and heavily involved in the promoting in vitro.
Yeah, artificial insemination. Yeah.
Over
There you
8
go.
million kids now have been born. by
Wow,
in vitro.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot.
Wow.
This one's near and dear to my heart. 1940, Bugs Bunny debuts July 27th in the Warner Brother cartoon A Wild Hare.
Oh my goodness.
1776, headed by Ben Franklin, the U.S. postal system is established on July 26th.
And do you know why he established the U.S. postal system?
No, but I think you're going to enlighten me.
It was because the colonies were just starting to form, and he was realizing that they needed to have some communication among the colonies. So Ben Franklin said, we need to put this together.
He invented probably the pen and the paper and the envelope and the glue.
You got to do everything
the
in that.
envelope. He might as well invent
He
the
might
post
as well
office,
have,
too.
yeah. The
All right.
saddle, on the horse.
Today's birthdays: Sir Mick Jagger was
Sir
born
Mick Jagger.
1943 on this date.
Ah.
79 years old, still
Yes.
rocking.
Okay, there we go.
All right, that's a little history for this week in time.
Okay.
Let's go through a little news here. Economic news. Sales and mortgages plunge. We kind of already know that, but
have.
they continue to report it, so we will continue to report
Yeah.
it. Amid soaring mortgage rates, sales of previously owned homes plunged 5.4% in June. We kind of knew that from the numbers that we've been seeing. Mortgage applications fell to a 22-year low last week, down 19.7% from the same time last year.
Yeah.
So almost 20% down. That's amazing.
Not surprising.
Not
but,
surprising.
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay, affordability crunch. A new report forecasts 60% of households will be priced out of home ownership by the end of 2025. My issue with that is 2025 is a long time away. It's cyclical. A lot could
That's
happen
true. That's true.
between now
Good
and
point.
then. And there's also a thing in here about how we're seeing changes in wages, so that could greatly affect that percentage. But at any
yeah.
rate, that's what they're reporting. Based on mortgage payments consuming at least 25% of a household's income, middle income borrowers are expected to reach 31.4% of income in 2022.
Now, I thought it was a third of your income. Now they're saying a quarter of your income.
Well, that's what they use for the measurement.
Oh,
but yeah, I
okay.
think
I think a third.
in this current market, we're running closer to a third. I agree. That is correct.
Okay.
All right, on the housing front, Summer Slam, and we just talked about this a little bit. Busiest week of the summer so far is coming, with the Federal Reserve expected to deliver another 0.75 rate hike. The second quarter gross domestic product and other economic reports could provide more clues as to whether the economy is headed for a recession. And earnings are expected from Apple, Microsoft, and Alphabet, among other heavy hitters. And Walmart has already reported, and they are definitely scaling back their estimates for the next 2 quarters. So,
Well, I mean, we have back to school time, and back to school time is always a heavy spending time for.
you're buying
For
pencils
those.
and paper. I mean,
No, you're buying Apple iPads,
Oh, I
Microsoft
see.
products.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Clothes,
I mean, Walmart,
shoes,
yeah.
backpacks.
People spend hundreds
yeah.
of dollars on back to school stuff, even at Walmart. I mean, yep.
Okay, the European Central Bank surprised markets last week with a larger than expected 0.5% rate hike. They must have been watching the news because everybody's been saying, boy, they're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
It's the first in 11 years the European Central Bank rates had been in negative territory since 2014.
Okay.
All right, moving on to regulatory news. Cooling trends. Initial jobless claims rose last week. We haven't heard of that raising in a long time.
Right.
So
Okay.
a sign, now granted it's a week, so we'll see, but a sign that the tight labor market is beginning to slow. Most data indicates the U.S. will meet the definition of a recession in July, with GDP on track to decline 1.6%.
That's what it was. We were talking about them deciding whether or not we were in a recession. I thought it was kind of already decided that we were in a recession and are in a recession. It just, nobody has put that title on it, that label.
Well, you got a lot of different opinions, a lot of different gurus that make that decision. And,
And then also, I think it was Lawrence Yun, an economist, said that it seems like once they've finally labeled it a recession, you've actually already been in a recession for a number of months. So I don't know why we're holding back on calling it recession. I know it has to do with the GDP, but it seems like all indicators
a lot of people
are there.
do not want to use the word recession.
I get it.
They will do anything they can, just like, you know, they don't
It's
want
like
to use
a plague,
it. So.
I guess, but
Well, it's just bad news for the
I
economy.
think we're all
reflects
feeling it, you know?
Bad on this political party or this political party. So I understand it. Anyway, wages on the move between 1979 and 2020. Productivity in the U.S. grew 61.8%. That is outstanding. I'm sure the computer had a lot to do with that. While wages rose only 17.5%. So this is interesting. Analysts theorize that fewer Americans were changing jobs, stagnating pay. But the COVID pandemic and Great Resignation have seen pay raises by a quarter of private sector businesses and may change the face of labor dynamics. So that kind of reflects back to that ratio of home ownership and how much the mortgage payment is. You know, although prices are going up and the cost of home ownership is going up, so are wages. So that could balance it out a little bit.
Okay.
So, good stuff. We'll have to see where that plays out. All right, you got a little bit of local new build info
do you want me
for
to
us?
talk about it after your inventory?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
do that.
Rates, we saw a little bit of a drop. The 30-year went from 5.99 down to 5.78.
Yay.
15-year also dropped slightly, 4.99 down to 4.939.
Okay.
VA dropped as well, 5.625 down to 5.393. And then last week we started covering a 7-year ARM because it seems to be a new product that they're bringing out of the mothballs and reintroducing. So
only better, bigger and better.
Yeah. Yeah, no subprime loans.
No subprime, yeah.
Yeah, 7-year ARM, 4.875 dropped to 4.625.
Not bad at all.
No.
And I will throw in still that we are still seeing builders do a buy down of your rate for 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, it's usually a temporary, a 2-year or a 3-year.
Builders are doing it, and we as realtors are talking about it on the seller's side, just so that people aren't having to reduce their list price. And Robert's going to speak to that and kind of give you some numbers as an example on how that would work and all.
You want me to go through that example now?
Yeah, actually, I'm sorry.
Okay, so just as an example, we're going to use a purchase price of $450,000.
Nice round number.
Nice round number. So if the seller was to, for a concession, was to reduce the price by $13,500, he would then reduce his net to $436,500, and that would reduce the buyers, assuming they're getting a loan at 5.99%.
Right.
The payment savings would only be $64.68 a month.
But some savings.
An alternative win-win scenario would be for the seller instead to buy down the buyer's rate. So spending that same $13,500 that he was going to reduce the price, increasing the price of the home to $463,500 to cover that $13,500, would ultimately reduce the buyer's monthly payment by $221.80 every single month.
How can that be? I'm paying more for the house.
But it's the interest in a lower interest rate. So you're going to save a boatload of money there.
Yeah, you're down to 4.75 as an interest rate versus 5.99.
Right.
That's phenomenal. That's huge. $221 a month.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Yep. So
I
great
love
strategy
that.
there.
We'll give you those numbers as we go through them, but
a way for a seller to
yeah,
help the buyer out in
And
a
still
cash
make-
strap situation and still make your list price
his
what
money,
you're trying
yeah.
to get. So
And that way they can move on to their next house because, you know, values are high. So,
that's the idea. Let's get it sold.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on to inventory. It increases again. We're not 1,000 every
All
month,
right,
but
all right.
now it's running 800 to 900. So we are seeing slight slowdown. It's still a lot every week. It's increasing. So last week we reported 16,400 active listings. We don't count coming soon.
Right.
And this week's active listings are 17,219, so up another 800.
Yep, that's an increase. Yep.
Peoria up as well, 561 last week, 585 this week. Surprise was at 696, and Surprise, they're over 700 now, it's
Surprise.
734. So,
Right.
they just continue to move up.
They
Now,
have. Yep.
a little closer to home, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Trilogy was at 35 last week. They're down 2, so they're at 33 this week.
Okay.
Price range 530,000, the most affordable. 1,250,000, the most
Least
expensive.
affordable. Yeah. Yeah.
1,250,000. I stumble with those big numbers. Vistancia Village had 51 last week. They are up 2 more this week. They're at 53, 345,000, the most affordable. $1,399,500 is the most expensive.
Rolls right off your tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah. Blackstone Country Club has 11 this week. They had 12 last week.
Okay.
830,000, most affordable. 2,950,000, the most expensive. That hasn't changed.
Not changed, yeah.
Portobello has 15 this week. They are up 2 from last week. 429,000, the most affordable. 897,000, the most expensive. Sun City Grand actually dropped 4. They were at 62. They're now at 58.
Oh.
350,000, the most affordable. 940,000, the most expensive. Sun City West is up 5 at 106.
Yeah.
The most affordable,
Wow.
254,000. Most expensive, 899,000. And Westbrook Village has 23. That is a lot for Westbrook Village, and there was 4 coming soon, so they're up to
Wow,
27 if
okay.
those come to fruition and end up on the active list next week. So they were at 19 last week, 23 this week. 380,000, the most affordable. 675,000, the most expensive.
Okay.
All right, so what you got for new construction?
Well, I just want to reiterate, we've talked about this a couple times, but it has been a couple weeks since we talked about it. New home builders do have inventory. Most of them do. And just to kind of highlight Camino Al Lago, which is at Lake Pleasant in Deer Valley Road. It's D.R. Horton. I will give you that information. But they do have some spec homes, as they call it. And to Robert's point, these are out the door prices. I'm not going to go over each prices, but I will let you know they have homes available as soon as September, October. So that's great. Five different homes, in fact, ranging from 1,600 square feet on up to 2,600 square feet. And the thing I like also about that community is it has a few more car spaces, 2.5 car, 4 car, 3 car. So really good stuff. They also have a multi-gen. That one's not available till the 1st of next year. So they've got 5 available September, October, 2 October, November, and then 2 more, pardon me, December, January. So they've got inventory, folks. Good news. And like I said, a lot of these builders are doing buy down of your rate, so help keep your interest rate nice and low for you, and hopefully by the time it starts going up to whatever is prime at the time or whatever is interest rate at the time, you're able to refinance. So, yeah.
I spent considerable time last week at a new builder, to me anyway, but a new community, Sunrise and Surprise. And the builder that I worked with, Land Sea Homes, they build everything to spec. So you kind of select what model you want, and they'll let you know when the next one, what lot the next one of that model is going to be built on, and what structurals they have selected. They select the structurals.
Nice.
However, they build everything to spec, and they will have homes available December and January for move-in.
Okay.
They have 3 different communities divided up by the width of the lot product. They have 45, 50, and 55 wide product.
Okay.
They have 17 different models.
Ooh, wow.
And they have 7 of them modeled out there in the 3 different
17 different floor plans, 7
I'm
modeled.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
that's
17 floor plans, and 7 of them are modeled.
Nice. Well, that's still a good amount of models.
Yeah.
So they have single story and 2-story, I
They
assume.
do. Yeah, a lot of options, a lot of different
Nice.
scenarios. So
This community is a single level community, Camino al Lago.
excellent.
Yeah, that's nice. Surprise is a growing area for sure. Not
There's
just
so much new
residential,
construction going on out there.
but there's also industrial parks, big industrial parks, Amazon,
Distribution.
Sub-Zero, Wolf, huge distribution centers
REI
out there. Yeah. Walmart, I think, has a distribution center off of 303 now. It's huge. There's tons going on out there. So if you need a job, it's a good place to look, and there's definitely housing available.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that's our report for this week. Hope everybody has a blessed week, and enjoy the weekend. Still got a chance of rain all the way through the week, I think. So
Yeah,
maybe we'll get a little more moisture. All right, everybody take care, and we'll see you again next week.
See you soon. Yeah, get all that out. Can't start us out with yawning.
I had to get it out of my system.
Okay, this is not, let me just point out, this is not an alcoholic drink.
It says beer.
It's ginger beer, non-alcoholic, no sugar. There's sugar, but not sugar. You know what I mean?
Story.
Fake sugar. No calories.
Does it look like we have volume?
Yep, looks
Okay.
good.